A bipartisan group of 4 senators is moving to protect special counsel Robert Mueller. The legislation comes after the feds raided President Trump's personal lawyer, Michael Cohen. Mr. Trump then lashed out at the special counsel, calling the raid a, quote, attack on our country. He has also repeatedly called Mueller's investigation a witch hunt and has considered the idea of firing him. CBS News Justice reporter Paula Reid joins us now from the North Lawn of the White House. Paula, yesterday, your question at the White House press briefing made a lot of news. Let's listen to it.
You said the president believes he has the power to fire Robert Mueller because usually most legal experts believe that he would have to order Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein to fire Mueller, and Rosenstein could, of course, refuse.
I know a number of individuals in the legal community, and including at the Department of Justice, that he has the power to do so, but I don't have any further announcements on.
So, Paula, why does the White House now think the president can fire Mueller?
Well, that's a great question, and they weren't really clear on specifically what their legal theory is, because the general understanding is that only Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein can fire special counsel. He's the one who appointed the special counsel, and under the regulation, he's the one who has the oversight responsibility. So it was certainly newsy yesterday when the White House said that they believe that he has this power. But this got a lot of sort of legal scholars talking, and it's clear there may be some wiggle room for him on this. Now, of course, if he was to order Rod Rosenstein to fire the special counsel, Rosenstein declines, he can go down the line of succession and try to get someone else to fire him. One other theory that's out there, too, is that he could order the Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, who's recused himself in Russia, to dissolve the regulation that provides for a special counsel. That right now is one of the prevailing legal theories out there as to how the president could possibly get rid of special counsel on his own. But it remains to be seen whether or not the Attorney General would agree to go along with that.
So then, Paula, what about Rod Rosenstein, who is in charge of Mueller? How does the president view his role at this point, and has Rosenstein responded at all?
Not fondly. The Deputy Attorney General has never directly responded to the criticism that the president has launched at him, but it was really sort of entered a new phase this week, Tanya, with the Cohen raids, because the raids on Mr. Cohen's home and office, those were based on evidence that was uncovered in the Russia probe. But that doesn't fall under Mueller's responsibility. So the Deputy Attorney General, his oversight, he allowed that evidence to be passed along to a separate U.S. Attorney's office in New York to pursue this investigation. So the fact that Rosenstein is now not only involved in overseeing the Russia probe, but is now involved in this second criminal investigation into the president's inner circle, the president is not pleased about that, and certainly not pleased with the Deputy Attorney General. But legally speaking, it does not appear that the Deputy Attorney General has done anything wrong. He is the one who is overseeing the special counsel. It is his responsibility to handle any evidence that falls outside of that mandate and to decide what to do with it. Also, as the Deputy Attorney General, he oversees the day-to-day operations of the entire Justice Department, every U.S. Attorney's office across the country. So it is not surprising that he would have been involved in this kind of situation.
Now, Paula, many Republicans are warning President Trump that retaliating against any Justice Department official will just create a bigger mess, and a bipartisan group of senators is moving to protect Mueller's job. So what would happen if the president does, in fact, fire him?
Well, it depends how he goes about it. If he was to order the Deputy Attorney General to do it without cause, if he refused, if he fired the Deputy Attorney General, I think what you might see is eventually, as you work your way down the line of succession in the Justice Department, eventually you do get to some U.S. attorneys, political appointees who may be willing to fire Mueller, but it's likely, almost guaranteed, that this is all going to wind up in court and that Mueller or someone else would challenge that authority. Again, this is all assuming this is without cause. Now, if the president tried to do it unilaterally, just say or tweet, hey, Mueller, you're fired, that would almost definitely wind up in court, and it would be expected that Mueller would challenge that, would refuse to abandon his post. And again, we would all wind up where we've been for much of this administration, in court.
In court, indeed. Now, I want to ask you about the latest on Stormy Daniels. We've learned she is cooperating with federal investigators after the FBI's Cohen raid. How significant is this development?
Legally speaking, it's not terribly significant, but in the news cycle, of course, the fact that Stormy Daniels, this adult film star who alleged to have an affair with the president, who was paid $130,000 to keep quiet about that affair, the fact that she is now cooperating with federal investigators into this criminal investigation into Mr. Cohen, it's quite an exciting headline, but it's certainly to be expected, particularly if, as her attorney says, she has nothing to hide. She's just in civil court challenging the nature of this non-disclosure, whether or not it was valid, valid. She wants to be able to speak freely. But if there is a criminal case that has nothing to do with her personally and she can just act as a witness, it's not surprising that she and her lawyer are willing to cooperate, especially because there is no love lost between that team and Mr. Cohen.
No love lost indeed. Paula Reid at the White House, thank you.